Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second chapter is all about the software processes. Okay, and along with that we are studying agile developments or the processes. These are the two chapters you are going to study in the part 2 of module 1. Okay, first we'll start with the software process. Somewhere I have given a definition for the software process in the very first unit. Do you remember what you mean by software process? Can anyone tell me what is exactly software process? Do you remember anyone what exactly the software process indicates? I have given a definition for this. We've explained something about the software processes. What do you mean by software process? What do you mean by software product? Do you remember? Software product indicates what? Snehal? Lina? Can anyone tell me what is software process or the software product I told in the very first class?
Ma'am, software product it can develop for a particular customers, ma'am.
Yes, good, Sujit. Software product means what? Here it is going to take the requirements, specific requirements by the customer, and according to that you are going to develop a software. That is what called as the software products. Good. Then what do you mean by software process? Somewhere we have studied the software process activities in the very first unit. Do you remember that one? Did you remember? Software process activities, some 4 activities we have studied. Something called as software specification, software development or design, software validation, and the software evolution. These 4 activities we have studied here. Do you remember that one? Those are nothing but the software process activities. Now we will define what is exactly software process. See, as already the Sujit has told that software product is nothing but according to the specific customer need, right? It is going to consider the specific requirement specified by the customer, and according to that you are going to develop a software. That is what called as the software product, right? Now we'll see what you mean by exactly the software processes. Screen is visible, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. In this particular chapter, first we
Yes,
will see
ma'am.
what are all the topics we are going to cover here. First we are going to study what is software process. Then after that we are going to study the software process models and what all the process activities are there. With respect to this, in detail we are going to study the software process activities and coping with the change, right? And the process improvement. These are the 4 topics we are going to study in this particular chapter. Okay, first we'll start with what do you mean by exactly software process. See, as already told, some 4 different types of a software process activities is like software specification, software design and the implementation, software validation, and the software evolution. Okay, that means a structured set of such activities that are required to develop a software product or the software system. That itself is called as the software process. Clear? Software process is nothing but the set of activities, related activities, that too, right? That leads to the production of the any kind of software product. That itself we are calling it as a software process. Clear, guys? Getting the thing? What is the definition for the software process? It is just a set of activities
Yes, ma'am.
that are used to develop any kind of software product. That is what you are calling it as a software process. Clear? That means what exactly what kind of activities will be there, right, in a software process, right? These are going to involve the development of the software from the scratch, right? They are going to have activities, right, for the development of any type of a software from the scratch, right, to the standard programming languages like for example Java and C, right? These all activities will be there in the software process from the scratch to the structured programming, usage of the structured programming languages, right? These all will be there in the software process. Clear? Is that clear? Now see, it is not compulsion that each and every development of the software product is going to have only these four specific activities. These are compulsory. Along with that, they can also perform the different types of activities, but these must be included within the fundamentals of software engineering. These four activities must be there, right? Whenever we are going to consider the software engineering fundamentals to develop the any kind of software product. There may be again the different types of software process activities will be there to develop another software product, but these must be there. These are compulsory, right? Whenever you are going to consider the software engineering fundamentals. I hope it is clear. What is software process? Clear? What is software process at all? It is just the set of activities that are used to develop the particular kind of software product. Clear? Right? Is that clear? Hello? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now we'll see what are those activities. As already told, many different software processes have the different processes, but it must include all these four activities that are fundamental to the software engineering. What are those compulsory software process activities? That is, first one is software specification. As already I told, software specification indicates what, how exactly the software product will be produced, right? What are all the constraints will be there in that particular the system or the operation, how it is going to operate, right? That everything you are going to define. That means what exactly the system should do, that you are specifying. Clear? Specification indicates what that software product is going to do. Yes, what that system should do, that everything you are going to define. That indicates that what exactly that is used, it is used for producing, right? What kind of things it is going to produce. Along with that, the constraints are nothing but the limitations on the operation of that particular product. That everything you are going to specify here. Clear? That is what the software specification, defining what software system should do. Clear?
Ma'am,
Yes?
ma'am, your screen is not visible, ma'am.
Again screen is not visible. Now see,
Yes.
is it visible or no for others? Hello? Is it visible?
Yes,
Only
ma'am.
ma'am,
ma'am.
chapter name.
Only chapter name is visible.
And now it is visible, ma'am.
Now see,
Now
Yes,
visible.
ma'am, now, ma'am.
Now visible, ma'am.
now visible. Okay. See, what exactly what I told, the software process is nothing but it is going to have a set of related activities that are required or used to develop any kind of a software product, right? As a fundamental of software engineering, all the software, different kinds of software processes must have these all four activities. Which are those activities? First one is software specification. That means what that indicates exactly, it will tell the organization and the customer that, right, how, what purpose that particular system product is used, right? What exactly, which type of operation it is going to perform. Along with that, what all the limitations are there on that particular system, that everything will be specified. That is what you are calling it as a software specification. Clear? Now see, you are using a MS Word. In MS Word, is it possible for you to make the presentation by using that particular software? By using MS Word, is it possible for you to make a presentation?
No, ma'am.
No, you cannot produce the presentation or you cannot make the spreadsheet by using the Word, because the limitations are there. What kind of operation it is going to perform, right? That you are going to specify. with respect to the any kind of a software system. I hope it is clear what is the software specification. Defining what the system should do, what type of operation it is going to do, right? What are the limitations are there on that particular software system, that everything you are going to define. Clear? Software specification. First activity
Yes,
is
ma'am.
that clear. Okay, second one is design and the implementation, or you can call the software development simply, right? Design or implementation, or you can call it as a software development. That means it is going to have the software to meet the specification must be produced. That means defining the organization of the system and the implementing of the system. That means by using a different kind of what the development technologies or techniques, like different types of programming languages, how you are going to implement that particular software product, that you are going to define within the design and the implementation. Clear? It has to meet what all the specification you have already specified, what all the things that needs to be done by that particular software system, that what you have defined in a specification. Taking into consideration of that specification, right, you are implementing that particular system, right? You are implementing that software product. That is what clear called as the design and implementation. Name itself indicates designing. By using a specification, you are designing that software product, right? Along with that, you are implementing it by using the different kinds of programming languages. Clear? That is what called as the design and implementation, or simply you can call it as software development. Clear? Yes,
Yes,
guys.
ma'am.
Is that clear? Okay. Third activity is validation. That means now see, you have developed, you have implemented the software product, whether it is meeting the customer requirement or no, right? That you need to check it out. That is what called as the system validation. Clear? Software validation is nothing but the software must be validated to ensure that it does what the customer wants. That means in specification he has given his requirement, according to that only you have defined your system and you have implemented that system. Now you need to ensure that whether it is meeting the customer needs or no, what are all the specification he has specified, what he wants, it is working in that manner or no, that you need to check it out. That is what called as the validation. Checking that it does what the customer wants. Clear? Clear? Third activity. And fourth one is evolution. This indicates what? The software must evolve to meet the changing customer needs or the market needs. That means if the customer will come up with the new requirement with his new types of needs, new demands, if he come, right, that time you need to make a changes within the software, right? So the changing the system in response to the changing of the customer need, that is what you are calling it as a evolution. Clear? That means you are going to modify the software according to the customer needs. Yes, changing customer needs. That is what called as the evolution. I hope it is clear. All the four activities is, guys. It is very important again.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
I ask you what is software process, define software process and define in detail the types of software activities is. Four different software activities is. Right? That is software specification, software development, software validation and the software evolution. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, all the four activities is. Now see, whenever we are going to use such software, right, software processes, right, whenever we will use such a software processes, is that screen is visible? Screen is visible. PPT. Hello. Is that PPT is
Yes, ma'am.
visible? What I have shared? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no? Okay. See, now we will see what is exactly software process description. See, now what we have discussed, we have described the software processes, right? And we have defined that the software processes, right? And whenever we will talk about the activities in these processes, such as for example specifying the data model, designing the user interface, and for example the ordering of these activities, these all things needs to be taken into the consideration. I will describe or describe the processes. We need to follow these all activities also. That means you need to specify which type of a software processing model you are going to use, right? How you are going to design a user interface for the software product, right? And how you are going to order these all activities, whether you are going to do the validation first, right? Whether you are going to develop the software first, then after you are going to take the software evolution, that everything you need to specify the ordering of the activities is how you are going to follow whenever you are going to develop a particular software process, right? In this case, and if you are doing these all things, yes, whenever you are going to take in consideration of these all things, you need to specify along with these activities the process descriptions, right? You need to specify the process descriptions. There is nothing but, see here, the process description is going to include three terms. That means product. Product means what? Which is the outcome of your process activity. That means what is the outcome of the activity? For example, architecture design, right? If I define the activity as a architecture design, this is the one particular activity you are performing whenever you are developing a particular software product. Architecture design means you will come up with a system architecture there. It is going to give the model for the system architecture. Yes or no? Products are nothing but just the outcome of the any kind of process activity. Clear? Yes or no? Hello? Are you getting? Please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Products are nothing but just the outcome of the process activity. If I consider, for example, the architecture design, for example, right? This is an activity. What it is going to give you? It is going to give the model for the system or the software architecture. That is the outcome of that particular activity, right? Then second thing is roles. That means which is going to reflect the responsibility of the people involved in the process. Now for example, if you are developing, right, if you are developing the particular project, right, what are all the different types of roles will come? Project manager, right, programmer. These are the different types of roles will come into the existence or no, right? If you consider the software industry, right, if you are the software industry is developing a particular software, who are all the employees are going to work within that development of the project, those all are having a different responsibilities, and they are going to play the different types of roles, right? The developing team will be there, testing team will be there, management team will be there. So they are going to have a different kinds of the responsibilities. That is what called as the roles. Clear? Which is going to reflect the responsibilities of the people who are going to involve in the software process. Clear? Is that clear? And third one is pre and post conditions. That means which are the statements that are true before and after the process activity that has been enacted or the product is produced. That means some conditions you are going to consider, some statements you are going to consider, right? Those must be true before or after whenever you will produce the particular software product by using the different kinds of process activities. For example, if I consider now see the architecture design whenever begins, whenever you are developing a particular software, right? At that time the before the architecture design begins, the precondition may be the all the requirements that has been approved by the customer. Yes or no? You need to take the customer requirement first, then only you can do the architecture design for that particular software product. Yes or no? So before this statement should be known. Then after this activity, once the architectural design is over, what is the post condition? That might be the UML models that are going to describe the architecture that has been reviewed. That means once the architecture design is done, you are going to draw the different kinds of UML diagrams like use case diagrams, activity diagrams, sequence diagrams. It is possible once you know the system architecture. Yes or no? So the pre and post conditions, which are nothing but the statements that will be true before and after the process activity has been enacted or the product is produced. I hope it is clear. Along with the different kinds of process activities is, right, you need to consider these all process descriptions also, like what is the product. These are nothing but the outcome of the each and every process activity. Then second one is the roles, that means which are going to define the responsibilities of the people who are going to involved in the development of that particular software process. Then third one is pre and post conditions, that means which are the statements that are true before and after the process activity that has been produced. Clear? Yes? Software process description is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Then we'll start with the next point. Next we will see that is what exactly the software. Now see, we have considered PPT is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. See, next we will see the software kinds of or the categories of software processes. Right? The software processes mainly categorized into two types. One is plan driven and second one is the agile processes. Clear? The software processes are of two kinds. One is plan driven and second one is the agile processes. Now we will see what you mean by plan driven and the agile process. Plan driven processes are the processes where all of the process activities are planned in advance and progress is measured against this plan. That means what are all the things you want to do, which are all the activities you are going to use to develop a particular software system, right? Those all activities will be planned in advance, right? Then with respect to that, you are going to measure the progress, right? If you have a plan, whether if after the product is produced, right, after the software product is produced, the progress of that one you are going to measure against that plan, whether it is meeting those all requirements or no, that you are going to do. That is what called as plan driven processes. I hope it is clear. Well advanced it is planned, in advance it is planned how to develop that particular software product, which are all the activities we need to include, that everything will be planned in advance. Clear? That is what called as the plan driven. Then second one is agile processes. That means in this the planning is incremental. Incremental means step by step, and it is easier to change the process to reflect the changing customer requirement. That means as the customer requirement, now for example, you are developing a particular software product from the scratch, right? First you have taken the customer requirement and you have designed, and in between the designing phase the customer will come up with the new requirement. At that time, in that same phase itself you can make changes, right? You are not planning the whole thing at once in advance. After that you are not developing that product. Instead of that, you are doing it in step by step in an incremental way. That means it is going to change the process to reflect the changing customer requirement at any point of time whenever you are developing a software product. I hope it is clear, both the types. Plan driven means planning of process activities will be done in advance, but here it will be in a agile processes, it will be done in an incremental way, incremental manner. That means as the customer come up with the different requirements, that needs to be reflected within your process. So you can make a changes in an easier way. That is what called as agile processes. I hope it is clear both the types of software processes, guys. One is plan driven and second one is the agile processes. Clear? Please respond. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
In practice, most practical processes include the elements of both the plan driven and the agile processes. There are no right or wrong software processes, right? Whichever category of software processing you can use to develop a software product, right? You cannot indicate it as it is a right process, it is a wrong process, right? Any the software product may use any kind of the software processing activities. There is no right and wrong, right? Software processes are there in the world. Clear, guys? Categories of the software product process. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
See, this whatever the software processes we have seen, these are very complex. These are very complex. Whenever you want to develop any kind of a software process, you are going to use the set of activities. Yes, that is what called as a software process. So the software processes are very complex. There is no the ideal process is there. Yes, most of the organizations are going to develop their own software development processes. They will come up with the different kinds of a software process activities. There is no single, or you can say the ideal software process is there in the world, right? They can make the different decisions and the different judgments they can make, which are all the activities they want to include within the development. So there is no any ideal kind of a software process is present. But the software processes are very complex because you need to specify which type of activities needs to be included within the development, right? I hope it is clear. First point, what is software process we have seen, and the types of software processes. Clear, guys? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what is software process? Can anyone tell me? Software process, what it is? What do you mean by software process? What it is going to include?
Ma'am, set of activities.
Yes, set of activities is. Why you are using it? Set of activities is.
Develop a software system.
Yes. Set of activities is that are required to develop any kind of the software system. That itself we are calling it as the software process. Good, Sujit. What are all the types of software processes we have studied now? Which are all the different types of software processes we have studied now?
Specification.
Those are software
Software
process
specification.
activities. I am asking the types of software processes. Types of software processes. Two kind of software processes.
Verification, validation.
No, those are activities. I am asking
Plan
types.
driven.
Yes, plan driven, and second one is the agile process. These are the different kinds of software processes, or you can say the types of software processes. One is plan driven and second one is the agile process. Plan driven indicates what? Which are all the process activities you want to include, right? That needs to be planned in advance before developing that particular software product. And agile indicates what? It is going to do the process activities will be carried out in an incremental way. That indicates what? Whenever there is a change in the customer needs, that needs to be reflected within the software process activities. That is what called as the agile process. I hope it is clear. Both the types of software processes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, guys. And third, one more thing we have seen, the different kinds of software process activities is. 4 are must. If we are considering the software engineering fundamentals, 4 software activities is must be there whenever you are going to develop any kind of software product. Which are those activities is? First one is software specification, second one is software development, third one is software validation, and fourth one is the software evolution. Specification indicates defining what exactly the system is going to do, right? And second one is software development indicates which are all the languages, how you are going to develop, how you are going to implement that software system, that you are going to define it. Validation indicates you are going to check to ensure that whether that particular system or the software is meeting the customer what he wants. Yes, in that manner, whether it is meeting his requirement or no, you are going to check it out. And evolution means as customer change his requirement, as the customer needs are changing, that needs to be reflected in your software system. You are going to evolve in such a manner your software system. That is what called as the software evolution. I hope it is clear. First point, what is software process, what is software process activities is, what are the different kinds of software processes. I hope it is clear, guys. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay then. We'll start with the next point then, guys. Hello? Can we start with the next
Yes, ma'am.
point? Yes? Okay, see. Next is software process models.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is software process models. See, what do you mean by exactly software process models? Software process models are nothing but just these are the simplified representation of your software process. Right? You are going to represent the software processes. Right? The representation of that one itself you are calling it as the software process models. Clear? What is software process models? You can define it here. The very first slide itself it is there. Can you see the slide, guys? A software process model is an abstract representation of a process itself. It presents the description of the process from some particular perspective. Clear? It is going to define the process from the particular perspective. That is what you are going to call it as a software process model. Clear? Yes, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Software process model is nothing but simplified representation of the software process itself. Each process model or the software process model represent a process from the particular perspectives. Clear? Now we have seen something called as the process description. Right? Along with the activities, it needs to include the software product process description, like for example product roles and post and preconditions. This is what we have studied, right? Now see, by using software process model, right, it is going to give you, it is going to show the which are all the process activities are included, along with that which are all the in which sequence they are going to work, right? But they will not show you the roles of the people who are going to involve in these activities. Clear? That is what all about the software process model. I hope are you getting it? Are you understanding what I am telling? See, if you develop any kind of a software process model, right, to represent the software process, what will happen? That models are nothing but representation. They are going to shows the activities which are all the process activities are included, right? Along with that, the sequence of those activities, order of the activities will be shown, but they will not specify the roles of the people. What do you mean by role? The responsibilities of the people, yes or no? Roles are nothing but which type of a responsibility is handled by the particular kind of a people that you are going to specify, yes or no? Programmer indicates what? He is going to do the only programming. He is not going to do the testing work, yes or no? Manager, project manager, he is going to just manage that particular project, right? Yes or no? There are different kinds of responsibilities will be there to each and every people who are handling the project. So the roles of the peoples which will not be included whenever we are going to consider the process models. Clear? Getting the thing, guys? So there are 3 different kinds of process models are there. Please respond. Are you there in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Please respond. Soumya, Leena.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then next we will see what is exactly. Now we have seen the definition for the process model. Now we will see what exactly the process, what are the different kinds of process models are there. One is waterfall model. I think you heard this word already in your BCA degree. You have done a project, right? There everywhere you have written we have used waterfall model. Yes or no? In SRS, right? So that is
Yes,
what
ma'am.
one type of a model, waterfall model. There are 3 kinds of models we are going to study here, right? One is waterfall model, increment development or incremental model you can say, and the integration and the configuration. Here you can say it as a reusage oriented model. These are the 3 different kinds of software process models we are going to study in this particular unit. Now we will see thoroughly in brief what exactly the waterfall model. Waterfall model, it is a one kind of the plan driven model. Indicates what? What do you mean by plan driven? Waterfall model, it is just like it is one kind of the plan driven process model. What do you mean by plan driven? Just I have explained this type of software model, what it is exactly. What it is exactly? Plan driven indicates what? Before producing the product, right? You need to plan it in advance. Which are all the process activities is needs to be included. Yes or no? That is what called as the plan driven. Before producing a software product, you are going to plan in advance which are all the process activities is needs to be included to develop that product. Yes or no? That is what called as the plan driven. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Am I audible? Hello guys, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, maybe
Yes,
network
ma'am.
issue. Wait a sec. Screen is visible, PPT is visible.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see what I told. There are 3 kinds of software process models we are studying here.
Yes, ma'am.
That is, one is waterfall model, incremental development model, or you can say just incremental, and third one is the integration and the configuration, or you can say the reusable oriented model, right? Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think PPT is not visible. Now can you see the PPT? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There are three different kinds of software models we are going to study here. First one is waterfall model. It is also called as a, it is going to use plan driven model. That means whatever the process activities is you want to include within the development of the software product, that you are going to plan in advance before producing that particular software, before developing that particular software. So the waterfall model is one kind of plan driven model. It is going to have a separate and distinct phases of specification and the development. That means you are going to specify, yes, the different phases, right? It is going to have a separate and the distinct phases of specification of the software specification and the software development. This is the first model we are going to study. Just it is a brief introduction of the different kinds of software process models. Okay, again in thorough we are going to study in very next class itself. Then second one is incremental development. That means name itself indicates you are going to use a, here you are going to develop the software in an incremental way. That means as the customer comes with a new requirement, that needs to be reflected immediately within your, that in at any point of time. You may be present in any particular phase, right? You are doing that particular activity. If the customer come with a new requirement, that needs to be reflected within your process activity, right? So see here, the specification, development and the validation are interleaved. That means there is a connection between these all the three phases. Then only at any point of time you can make the changes within any of the process activity. So the incremental development, it may use sometime plan driven process modeling or it may use the agile process development. Clear? Then third one is integration and the configuration. Integration and the configuration, that means the system is here assembled from the existing configurable components. It may be plan driven or the agile process. That means reusable. It name itself indicates already existing software, whatever is there, the same configuration you are going to use it for your new software development, right? That is what called as the integration and the configuration, or you can also call it as a reusable oriented system or the process. Clear? For this case it may use the plan driven or sometime it is going to use a agile process modeling. Clear? In practice most large systems are developed using a process that incorporates the elements from all of these models. Almost all the large systems are going to be developed using a process that incorporates the elements from all these different kinds of the models, right? They may use waterfall model, they are going to use some elements from the increment model, they are going to use the elements from the reusable oriented processing also, right? These all kinds will be combined to develop the most large systems. I hope it is clear guys what is system process model and the kinds of software process models. Yes ma'am. What is software process model I told? It is just simplified representation of software process, right? There are three kinds: waterfall, incremental, reusable, oriented. Clear? Then we'll start with the next waterfall model, very first model in thorough. Please respond guys so that I can understand I'm audible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
go through the diagram for the waterfall model guys. This is what the waterfall model. See, this whatever in the oval shaped, right? Oval shaped or the rounded corner rectangle, you can say. In that whatever the things is written, those are nothing but the activities, right? Those are present in the waterfall model. These are the what software process activities is. It is going to have requirement definition, system and the software design, implementation and the unit testing, integration and system testing, operation and the maintenance. As already told, the waterfall model, it is going to have a separate and the distinct phases. There are separate phases are there for the specification and the development. Clear? These are the what different phases included or different activities we can say included within the waterfall model. Clear? Yes guys, is that clear? These are the stages.
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
say. Yes. Now we'll see what do you mean by requirement definition and the analysis. What is the work of that particular activity? Here, see, it is going to give you the system's services, limitations and the goals that are established by the system users. Right? What all the system services are there, constraints are there, right? The goals are there, that everything will be established by the consultation with the system users. Then they are defined in detail and serve as the system specification. Clear? As already know, what is software specification? Indicates defining that what the system should do. Right? What the system should do, that you are going to define by using a system specification or the software specification. Yes or no? So whatever the services are there with respect to the system, what are all the limitations are there on that particular system, what are all the goals, right? These all things will be established and that will be then defined in detail and that will be served as a system specification. So by using that one, you can define what exactly that particular system is going to do, what it should do, right? That you are going to define. That is what called as a system specification. The next is system and the software design. What it means? System design indicates it is going to allocate the requirements to the either hardware or the software system, right, by establishing an overall system architecture. And the software design involves the identifying and describing the fundamental software system abstraction and their relationship. Right, now see, you will specify no which are all the hardware things are needed to develop a particular project. Right, you will write no. Hello. Which are all the hardware things you are in need to develop that particular software process, right? Which are all the software things you are going to use, that you are going to identify and describe. That is what called as the system and software design. Mainly it is going to allocate the requirements for either hardware and the software systems. Clear? To define the overall system architecture. The next is implementation and unit testing. That means during this stage the software design is resized, right, realized as a set of programs. Implementation indicates what? You are going to write the programs now. You are going to use a different kinds of a programming language to write or to develop that particular software. So implementation is nothing but it is going to realize as a set of programs and or program units, and along with that the unit testing it is going to use. Testing indicates you are going to check that particular system. Unit testing involves the verifying the each unit is going to meet the specification what you have already defined. Are you getting, guys? Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, implementation
Yes,
and
ma'am.
unit testing. Implementation means what? It is just a set of programs you are going to use to develop that particular software. And unit testing is also included within this phase. What is unit testing? Here, it is going to verify that each unit is meeting its specification or no. right? That will be checked now. Clear? Right? The next is integration and the system testing. Integration means whatever the set of programs you have written here in the implementation phase, you are going to what? Integrate those all programs into one program unit. Yes, you are going to integrate it and test that complete system to ensure that the software requirements those already has defined that are all met. Right? Clear? Integration indicates what? The individual program units from the implementation phase, those all will be taken into the consideration and those will be integrated. That means combined. Integration indicates what? Combining. Right? And those will be tested as the one complete unit, complete system to ensure that that particular software is what? Meeting all the requirement those have been already defined. That is what called as the integration and the system testing. After that, the testing of the whole software system is delivered to the customer. System testing means whole system is also tested. Then after that, the software system, whole system is delivered to the particular customer who has come up with the requirement. And lastly, operation and maintenance. It is usually it is going to take the longest life cycle phase, you can say here. It is going to take the much amount of time because it is going to, you need to maintain in a regular basis, right? Once the software is produced, once the development is done, you need to maintain it in a regular way. So operation and maintenance, it is nothing but the system is installed and put it into the practical use. Maintenance is going to involve the correcting the errors which were not discovered in the earlier phases of the what? This particular system. Right? Now for example here you may come up with different kinds of errors. Those all things will be handled by the maintenance. Clear? Those type of errors will not be discovered in the earlier phases or the stages of this particular life cycle. So here you can improve the implementation of the system units according to the error, right? And you can enhance the system services as a new requirement has been evolved. So see, after the operation and maintenance there is changes, arrow mark is there. See here, requirement definition, after that you are doing system and software design, after that implementation and unit testing is done, then integration and system testing is done, then operation and maintenance. Once the maintenance is done, again there is arrow mark is shown to each and every unit or the every stage. That indicates what? According to the error, where the changes can be done, that will be done. Yes, to show that one, the arrow marks are there here. Clear? If some changes needs to be done in the implementation phase, so after maintenance, it is showing the error mark here. Clear? If the customer is come up with the new needs, that indicates what? You need to make a change in the requirement specification. Right? If the requirement specification is changed, you need to make a change in the system and the software design. Right? To meet that specification, we are going to design you need to add some more things with the designing part of your system. So there is a what? The separate phases are there, but those will be one to one.